We'll move to the front.
Okay.
I just had to get that dig in before you started chiming in.
Give her all the time she wants.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, I want you to cast your mind back and recall the most memorable thank you that you've ever received. And when you're thinking of this, I want you to characterize it as, what was it exactly? Was it a face-to-face conversation with someone that's thanking you? Versus, was it a phone call? Thank you. Number 3, was it an email? That warm, fuzzy form of communication that I know we all love and treasure. Or was it, as it is in my case, a personal, handwritten thank you note delivered by the U.S. Postal Service to your very own mailbox, where you opened up the mailbox and you took it out and you're looking through the bills and the junk mail and the trash that gets delivered there, and you see a treasure. That's what I think of when I think of the best possible way to thank people is the old-fashioned way. And I want to give you 5 attributes of a really great thank you, beginning with genuine, from the heart. The second one would be prompt, which is hard for procrastinators. Number 3 is precise. Number 4 is succinct. And the last one, number 5, is personal. So let me go back to number 1, which was genuine. Genuine means not phony. And it's my belief that if your mom is making you write the thank you note, or you're doing it because you really feel a social necessity for doing it, or you're going to get one of those demerit marks, that it really is going to be detected by the person who is on the receiving end of the thank you. So bear that in mind, because I really want to make a suggestion. If that is the case and you do not have gratitude in your heart when you start to write a thank you note, maybe you need to develop that, or maybe you should put the pen down and not do it right at that moment. Number 2, prompt. I want to give a personal example of prompt, because there are people that I've given wedding gifts to that have waited up to 2 years to respond to the gift. And I want to just confess that while I may have had a little hardness in my heart with them, because I did always wonder, did they receive the gift or did they absolutely hate it? And that's why I don't have a thank you. Whenever a thank you does come, even if it's 2 years late, I thaw out, and I develop more friendly, charitable feelings toward that person, and I give them the benefit of the doubt, because generally I don't buy gifts for people unless I'm feeling generous toward them and that I love them. So I'm happy to see that they finally developed the social niceties and that they've responded in that way. Back to precise. I want to also give a personal example of that. This is a real thank you note that I have received. Dear Mrs. Billingsley, thank you for the gift. Love, Amanda. Now, Amanda is someone that I've known since she was in diapers. I've even changed those diapers. And I went to her shower after carefully selecting the gift off of her registry. And I was kind of expecting a little bit more from that, more like she would get my name correct. More have been, she would identify the gift. So in this particular case, I would have suggested for Amanda that maybe she write me something more on the order of, Mrs. Billings, thank you so much for that terrific blender you bought for Jeremy and me. We just love drinking smoothies for breakfast, and we will enjoy your gift for many years. Love, Amanda. That would have been what I would have loved to have read, but I do give Amanda credit for putting the stamp on the envelope and getting it to me. So I'm back now to the 4th point, which is succinct. And I want to encourage you all to buy products that are really no larger than these in order to write your note, because you don't want to have an acre of white space. And this thing needs to be just strictly about appreciation. It does not need to be the last time that you vacationed together or any other extraneous information. It needs to be you expressing gratitude, and you need to be precise in how you do it. And you can do that in a very small amount of space unless you have very, very large handwriting. So we are now to the point where we're talking about personal. And I do believe that that goes back and circles back to genuine. It is important to acknowledge what is particularly unique about your own personality. And it is good to, if you have the gift for writing it, to interject a little bit of your own personality into it, humor or whatever else it is in the space that is there, depending on how well you know the person. So I want to encourage you to look at writing a thank you note as you would a preparation for a speech for Toastmasters. You're going to be very conscious that the words do matter. You're going to spell things correctly. You're going to use your best handwriting. I know that's not in the book that I've read so far, but I'm sure it should be. And you are going to take the time to let the person know that they really are genuinely appreciated. Also, it's always good to have items on hand and be prepared so you won't be able to say, you know, I wasn't able to get that thank you note off because I didn't have stamps, I didn't have return address labels, I didn't have stationery. Make sure you have the stuff on hand. In my house, I have a pie safe that is nothing but stationery supplies so that I am always ready, and I encourage you to do the same. Thank you.
Yeah.